guys, and welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. You guys, I finally got my hands on a wide format DTF printer with the shaker and oven bundle, okay? I'm so excited. If you've been with me for any amount of time or a long period of time, you know that I did have the Procolored A4 DTF printer, which was the 8.5 by 14 was the largest that it could print. With this, I can print up to 13, and well, the width is 13 and then the length is infinite, okay, because you can use the roll. But I am so excited. I have been waiting for a long time to get my hands on one of these. So I do want to thank Procolored for going ahead and sending me one. I really appreciate it. But you guys, this is going to be an unboxing video, so I'm going to unbox it from start to finish, basically for me taking it out of the crate. Now, I didn't actually record the part of me taking it out of the crate because let me tell you something, those crates are really hard to get open, so it took a lot for me to get the crates open, so I didn't record that part because you are not going to just watch me struggle. But everything else, from the part where I did take it out of the crates to setting it up, getting the first print going, things like that, you will see in this video. You guys, I have a lot of DTF content coming. The goal for me in getting this printer was to be able to sell transfers to you guys, maybe get back into making shirts. I know a lot of people ask me, why don't I sell my crafts? And it's just, for me, I don't have a whole lot of time, so if I am going to sell my crafts, it has to be the easiest way possible. DTF and this kind of printer does make that a little bit easier, so I don't know, I may get back into selling shirts, we'll see. But definitely I wanted to sell transfers. I'm not ready yet, but I do plan on really mastering this machine so that I can be able to provide transfer sheets to you guys, okay? But this is what we're doing today. Everything that I'm using in today's video or unboxing in today's video will be linked down below, so definitely make sure you are checking there if you are interested in this printer. But again, you guys, this is what we're doing today. I'm excited, so go ahead and stick around for that. Alright guys, so I do have my roller installed, but in order to get the paper to feed through the back of the printer, we do have to lift up our rollers. To do that, there's a door on the side of this printer. This is how you open it. You push it down. You push this down. It pops up, and then you turn it to the side, and the door opens. Okay? This is the inside here. Now, let me make sure you can still see. This black lever here is what you're going to lift up, and that's going to lift up the rollers. Okay? You'll see it if you're doing this. You'll see that when you lift that up, the rollers right here lift right up. Okay? And then let me make sure you guys are still in view. Sorry. This is why I was doing mostly a voiceover, because it's a lot of like moving around, a lot of moving parts. This excuse me, this arrow here lets me know how the paper is supposed to get loaded in. So I'm going to go ahead and take that tape off, and then we are going to slide our paper through here. And then on the inside of the door where I just released the rollers, I put my hand in there and grabbed it. So now our paper is installed. I'll bring you back over here so you can see it where I grabbed it inside the door. Here's the paper here. So once you put it under the rollers, you can just reach your hand in here and grab the paper to get it rolled all the way through, so that we can go ahead and get it through our shaker. I'm going to put the rollers back down, and then we should be able to pull it freely. Or once we turn the machine on, there's a button on the front of the machine that allows you to feed the paper through. So I have enough of it fed through here that now when I turn the machine on, I can just feed the rest of it through with the button. You guys, to get the belt going, you do have to unscrew it there. So you just take a little screwdriver and then go ahead and unscrew that to release the belt. All right, guys, so I have the paper installed. I don't have the ink installed yet, but I did just go ahead, do my power cord. I did the rollers. I did all of that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Just want to make sure everything works before I put any ink in. It says here on the screen, initializing, and then this is supposed to be already set. So it's just kind of doing its thing. This is the print head right here. And it says initializing. It says status idle now. But this was the panel that I was talking about, where you can, the rollers, as you can see, the paper's coming out. And if I push, that's the backward button. If I push the forward button, the paper goes back into the printer, which might be a little backwards, but whatever. If you push the forward button, it goes backwards inside the printer. Okay. And then we have the left and the right, which is going to be for the print head. So if we long hold the left button, it'll move to the left. It'll move to the right if you push the right one. Okay. So this is how you control everything here. There is a menu button, an enter button, a base coins button, I don't know what that is, a pause, and a cancel. We got test, cleaning, and quality. So as of right now, I don't have the software installed yet. I'm just trying to get all the equipment set up. Once we have the software installed, all of this stuff here will start to make more sense. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on with installing the shaker. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and install my ink. I want to finish setting up the printer in its entirety before I install the shaker. This part is super easy. You just match black with black, blue with blue, magenta with magenta, yellow and white. You just pour the correct colors inside of the correct bottles. Yes, you should be doing this with gloves and all of those things, but you know, YOLO, I don't really care. If you would like to wear gloves, you're more than welcome to do so. I didn't. I just kind of popped them open, dumped them in there. No big deal for me. But yeah, you're just matching up the colors and pouring the ink in there. Alright, after you get your ink poured inside of the containers, you do have to essentially take your needle, and they do supply this. So you take the needle, or the syringe, I'm sorry, you take the syringe and you're going to pull out between 5 to 10 milliliters of ink from each color. And that's to go ahead and get the ink flowing. I'm just pouring it into like a little trash container thing and then wiping the nozzle and then pulling the next color. Now you don't need a new syringe for every color, because essentially like the syringe you can throw away once you're done with this. So it doesn't matter if you use the same syringe, just wipe off the tip of it so that it doesn't have any excess ink. Alright, so I have been having nothing but issues trying to get this printer to print, but I think we are finally in business. I was having an issue with my laptop. I did end up going to go buy a new laptop, and it looks like we are in business. Look at that white. I printed a very large image and it looks really good. I haven't connected it to the shaker yet, which is right here, just because I was trying to get the printer just to get to printing. Now what I'm going to do, now that we have a really good image here, this looks good. This is just a test print. This is the back part of it. Let me see if I can show you. It was just an image of me. looks really good. Okay, so now that I have the printer working, the ink is good, the paper is flowing through, everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing as far as the printer. Now I'm going to go ahead and feed this roll through the shaker so that we can get everything connected and then hopefully get this video wrapped up. I feel like, well, I know this video is probably short for you guys, but I have literally been here all day doing this, so I'm ready to get this wrapped up. Okay, all right guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and put together the shaker. We're gonna start with the handles here. They do supply the screws as well as the little wrench here that you need to put the handles on. So essentially I'm just taking the little, I don't even know what this is called, an Allen wrench. Is it called an Allen wrench? I'm not sure. It's called a tool. Okay, I'm taking the tool and I'm screwing the handles in with the screws that they provided. There's two handles. It's going to be this one, and there's going to be another one that goes on top of the acrylic cover. Sorry, my head is like all in the way, you guys. I was trying to get it, you know, on there all the way. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and install the second handle, which, like I said, this is the acrylic piece that covers up. That's the shaker part where your powder goes. So that's the top that essentially just covers where the powder goes, so that those fumes kind of stay within the machine. But you're essentially just doing the exact same thing. You're taking the screws that they provided with the tool that they provided, and you're just going to screw those screws into the top. All right, next we're going to go ahead and install the hose. Again, it is also provided these tools, so you just put the silver thing over, I don't know what it's called, you guys, I'm sorry, I don't know what these trinkets are called, but we're essentially just installing the hose to the top part. Then we have to stretch it out and attach the other side to the side of the oven, which is basically is going to help filter it. So as you can see, I'm stretching it out, and then that part goes on the side there, and we're using the exact same tools to go ahead and attach the other end to the side of the oven. And actually, I don't think they provided the screwdriver for this. I think I ended up having to get my own screwdriver for this one. Sorry, y'all, my head was in the way. That's why I decided to cut it. But this is the roller part here. This one is also very kind of self-explanatory. There's two holes on each end of the silver pipe, and you're going to screw in the screws that they provided to go ahead and get this attached. You just line up the holes and then line up the screws. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background, you guys. We are up at the office, but they're out of school this week. But we're just continuing on with screwing them in. Guys, this part is a little bit harder, so I didn't want to do a voiceover for this part. You have to loosen up these knobs on this next part. So you have to loosen up these knobs. This silver rod is going to go inside here like this, and then this part is going to go up against this silver rod that we just installed. Same thing. It has another side, another piece that goes on the other side like this. You have to loosen the knob, put the silver rod inside, and then this piece, this hook piece right here, is going to go up against this rod that we just installed. Okay? Make sure your power cord is out of the way, and then you're going to push it up against just like that. Okay? And then you're going to tighten these knobs And we're going to also screw it in on each side as well. Alright guys, so this is the roller motor. We're just going to plug in the roller motor to the side of the oven there, and then we're going to plug in the power cord. The power cord goes into the side of the oven, and then the other end gets plugged into the wall. Now what we're gonna do is I have to feed my paper through the shaker and oven bundle, and basically connect the paper to everything that's in. So it has to be fed through the shaker part, which is what I'm doing there. That's where the powder, that white belt is where the powder is going to go on top of the paper once the print is going down, and then it has to go around the shaker part. So it has to go underneath the shaker, which is those other two white parts. They have to go underneath the paper because that's what shakes the excess dust off, and then it has to be fed through the back of the oven. And then once you feed it through the oven, you do have to go ahead and get it installed into the paper roll that is at the end of the oven bundle, and then you just secure it with a piece of tape. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And the motor only begins to roll when the paper is either being fed through by the printer printing something, or if you were to push like the forward button to push the paper out, it'll then begin to start to roll on its own. Other than that, it doesn't roll on its own. And now I'm just putting in the DTF powder inside the shaker part. Alright, so I wanted to let you guys, just hear how the printer is. It is rather loud, I will say that. However, like with everything, so the printer being on, the shaker being on, the oven being on, with all three pieces being on at the same time, yeah, it is a little loud, but it's okay. But I did want you to see it in real time, and then I also wanted you to be able to hear the machine as well. But essentially I did finally get my prints going. I was having a little bit of a hard time once I installed it to the shaker. It was like it wasn't lined up all the way, so it kept making my paper like bundle up, or it was crinkling, which would mess up the ink. But I think I finally have it. Your shaker and your roll does have to be in a perfect line, because if it's off, like if your shaker is too far left, then it's going to make your paper kind of do something weird. But I'm just trying to show you how that white belt is what drops the powder on top of the print while it's going before it goes into the oven part. So the prints right there that you see, those two are the ones that were messed up. The fresh ones that are printing are the ones that were good. But that belt essentially drops the powder onto the print, and then it goes through the oven, which is that blue part. That's the oven, so that part is hot, and then it finishes printing, and once it's done, it goes into the roll. All right, you guys, so I do have it unboxed, and as you saw, printing. I finally got my hands on a new on a bigger printer. So for those who have been with me for a little while, You may know that I did have the smaller Procolored, which I do still have my smaller Procolored. It is the A4 printer. Sorry if you can hear my kids in the background. But this one is the A3, so it does print up to, the roll that I have right now is 13, but I do think it might go a tiny bit bigger. I'm not 100% sure. However, this is a wide format dual head printer, which is what I have had my eyes on for a while. So I do want to thank Procolored for sending me this printer with the shaker bundle kit here. But my goal is to eventually hopefully get to a point where I can sell transfers. I'm not there yet. There's still a lot of learning that I need to do with this machine, but once I have mastered it, y'all know on this channel I like to master my machines. Once I have completely mastered it, I do plan on selling transfers. However, when it comes to this machine, you guys, it is a heavy duty machine. So if you do have this machine or you decide to purchase this, please make sure that you are following the instruction videos, taking your time, and really making sure that you're putting it together correctly, you're installing your software correctly. This is a heavy duty machine, but once you get it up and running, I'm telling you, it is definitely worth it. But it's not one of those things that you're probably going to be able to just get up and running immediately in one day. It may take a little bit of tweaking. It may take a little bit of learning, all of those things. Okay, so don't purchase this thinking that you're going to have it up and running in one day and you'll be ready to start selling transfers or making shirts. You might need just a little bit of time to get it set up properly and actually learn it. Okay, so I do want to just make that very clear. I do have it set up, but you guys, I'm on day 3. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed along the course of this video, I started out in a purple outfit and then I had on a yellow hoodie and now I have on a white hoodie because this has taken me 3 days. Okay, this has taken me 3 days. So just keep that in mind, okay, that this is a heavy duty printer. You have to take your time with it. Okay, hopefully I was able to answer any questions that you may have about this printer thus far. Obviously, as I use it more often, I'll be able to answer more questions. But in regards to unboxing and setting it up, hopefully I was able to make that process look easy for you. Okay, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please drop them down below. The link to this printer will be down below as well. And if you're gonna buy one, please use my link. Don't forget to follow me on social media. All those things, everything will be linked. Printer, paper, ink, all of those. Well, I did get everything from Procolored, so it is the Procolored paper, Procolored ink. You do get those things if you purchase the printer. So I'm not going to link them separately as of right now because it is the Procolored brand. But that's all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.